All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Tech Talk. This is Manuel, and I'm Ricky, and today we're going to be talking top five smartphones of 2014. We're just going to go over which one are our favorites, personally. We all have different tastes, obviously, and we'll see what happens from there. So I'm going to go first. The Moto X is my first one, and if you've seen my unboxing, I have it here. The Moto X. Great device. I love it. The reason I put it at number one is because of the design. I love the metal around it. It really adds, makes it feel premium. As well, I like that you can design it to whatever, make it look however you want. So aesthetics is kind of a big thing for me with phones, and as well how it feels in your hand is very big. As well, my favorite part about it is that it does have stock Android, so you don't have to deal with LG or any of the other skins that are available. For second is the Note 4, and for me to put a Samsung on a list is kind of weird because I do not like TouchWiz, but with the Note 4, I was really impressed. The design again, it has that metal around it, and it really just feels awesome to hold that phone. Um, I really like that device, and I like it more than the Nexus 6 just because it's not as big, but it's still a big phone, and you still get that phablet experience. Um, as well, the specs are awesome, so that's always awesome. It's the best screen out there right now. After that one is the LG G3. I really like the Quad HD with that phone. I really like the way it looks, that brushed metal look that's actually plastic. I like the way it looks. And out of all the skins I've used, I like LG's the most, even over HTC. I just put that at the top. The next one is the HTC One M8 Google Play Edition. So I don't personally like HTC's software, even though it is the most minimal of most softwares. But if I had a Google Play Edition, I would be in love with that, seeing as it does have Lollipop now. My favorite parts about it are the front-facing speakers, the best speakers on the market, obviously, and of course the build, pure metal, is awesome. And for my fifth one, I have to put the Moto G because even this year, it is the best bang for your buck. If you don't want to go broke by buying a good phone that's unlocked, you can get the Moto G for 180, and I think that's a really good price. And it also has Lollipop, and it's not one of the high-end phones, and it's already running Lollipop, unlike the M8, not Google Play Edition. That is a high-end phone that you pay a lot for, isn't running the newest version. So I really like that about the Moto G. And that's mine. So the Moto X first, Note 4 second, LG G3 third, the HTC One M8 Google Play Edition 4, and Moto G as my fifth. Let's see what Manuel has to say.
Okay, so on my for academic purposes list, number one we have my favorite. It's not the Z3, surprisingly, even though it's been one of my favorite phones. It's the HTC One, full metal body. It comes in three different options: modified Android, stock Android, and of course the Windows version. Uh, it also comes with front-facing speakers, a decent camera, and 1080p screen. Good battery. It's overall a great media device. But the only reason why I'm not siding with it is because other phones have slightly better features that focus more on what I want from a device. My next is the Nexus 6. I like the build quality. It looks like it's going to be a decent phone, even though it doesn't have an SD card adaptable. I'm still fine with it. If you live like connected to the internet, odds are you're not gonna need SD cards. It's really gonna be amazing to use
Mm-hmm.
from a developer's standpoint because quite honestly, it's really powerful, and it's something that we should have seen for a while now, especially with Nexus devices, how they've been focusing on lower class devices. I think they should have at least been focused on like middle class.
Well, the Nexus 5 had high-end specs.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about for a high end device to compete with stuff like um, Samsung Galaxies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they need to have something more um, marketable.
Marketable. Okay, yeah, I got you. I got you.
And so people aren't going to always expect when they see Samsung that that's the highest point of Android.
Mm-hmm.
and it's also going to get stock Android out there to a lot more people to notice it rather than TouchWiz. For number three, it's Z3. It's the phone I'm getting either on Friday or Saturday, so 1 or 2 days after this video airs. We're gonna have a unboxing. I really like it. I love it actually, but the thing is, it doesn't have. It's not comparable to other phones. It has a great battery, but it doesn't have features to compare to some of the other phones. Like not as many features as Samsung. It's not really the build quality isn't as great. It's still great, but when you compare it to stuff like the One
Mm-hmm.
with the body, that's really nice, really durable. I just I like it, but I feel like they could have worked on it a little bit
Like there's
more.
better options out there.
For software, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really just where I'm getting at.
Yeah, for software that is true.
For software, because if you want to get the closest thing to stock Android, you're gonna need a bootloader, or you're gonna need
To unlock the bootloader.
yeah, to unlock the bootloader. And if you do that, you're gonna lose a lot of functionality, a lot of features that made it high end in the beginning, like the amazing cameras and all that other like programming algorithms that they had. You're gonna lose so much of that. So if you want Sony, go for it, but just realize what you're getting yourself into.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I gotta say, for my number four, it's the Metal X. It's got a clean, near perfect Android, stock Android look. It runs really well. This is really light. Um, I just don't like it because of the case. I feel like if I had one, I would drop it way too easily. I hate the case. I hate the back. That's why I always go for metal, and if not, then glass. I can't stand soft plastics. It's the main reason why I didn't want a Nexus 7. But I don't have any problems with it because I think the way they handled it is really amazing. I think what they did with the customization and adding all those other features, they really did an outstanding job. And yeah. And for the last one, I gotta say G3. It gets a special shout out just because it's one of the first Quad HD devices. It's like nearly 6 inches curved, and it has a decent battery. It doesn't kill the processor or the battery from just that huge upgrade in resolution. I don't know if you guys will remember, but when the iPad went to, they jumped the resolution
Mm-hmm.
to a little bit around HD. They actually had overheating issues, battery issues, and processing issues when people tried to run games. So it's really interesting to see how they optimized everything so well for it. And even though the battery isn't like as long as Xperia or Moto X or even the One, it still has an amazing battery for being for what it is, a quad HD device.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty good device. I like that device.
And I gotta say for a shout out, probably the Note 4. I don't like Samsung. I don't like their OS, like the way they cover Android. But I think it was really neat how they did some engineering feats with it, like how they mixed in the stylus
Yeah.
and how they tried implementing other stuff. But yeah,
I gotta give some honorable mentions on my side. I gotta give one to the Galaxy Alpha. It's the only Samsung phone I would actually buy that has TouchWiz on it. Just because of the way it feels and the size is really nice. And as well, one to the One Plus One. It's complete wreck to buy that phone, but it is a good value for what you're getting. I think that's all right.
1+2
Yeah, One Plus Two coming up. All right, guys.
available for purchase. Never.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching another episode of Tech Talk. Okay. Thanks for watching another episode of Tech Talk, guys. Remember to put in the comments your top five. Want to see what you guys think, and we can compare and contrast and argue, and we can have a bunch of trolling fun. Remember to subscribe to keep up with our videos. Manuel's going to have an unboxing of the Z3 hopefully tomorrow or the next day after that. So that'll be really fun to see. Remember to like the video as well if you liked it, and we'll catch you guys later.
Peace out.
Ryan Seacrest out.